Have you ever been in a season where it feels like everything is going wrong? Not catastrophic, not even rock bottom, just enough friction that every day feels like you're carrying a whole backpack full of bricks uphill. But you know something new is calling you. You can feel it, you can taste it. You can see glimpses of it when you're daydreaming and when you're creating, when you're talking about your purpose. But then you look at your current reality and think, how can I move forward when I haven't even mastered where I am? I know that feeling. There was a time I thought my assignment was to conquer systems, to become exceptional at every job, to win every challenge, to master every environment I stepped into because winning was familiar, achievement was familiar, and being the person who figured it out was familiar. Then life handed me a lesson I wasn't expecting. The lesson wasn't about mastering the system. The lesson was about mastering myself while the system wasn't even responding the way I wanted it to. That's different. See, anybody can feel powerful when they're winning. Anybody can feel confident when they're receiving praise, and anybody can feel aligned when everything is working. But who are you when you're struggling? Who are you when you're inconsistent? And who are you when you're being corrected? And who are you when you don't feel like the smartest person in the room anymore? Who are you when your identity starts cracking? Because sometimes what looks like failure is actually the demolition of an outdated version of yourself. Sometimes you're not losing, you're shedding, you're not being punished, you're being redirected, you're not being denied, you're being refined. And that's a hard truth because the ego wants trophies. I know mine did. The soul wants growth, though. The ego, it wants validation. The soul, it wants evolution. The ego, it wants to prove itself. The soul wants to know itself. For a long time, I believed that if I couldn't master every aspect of a particular environment, then somehow I wasn't qualified to teach anything. That if I didn't win according to the world's standards, then my voice would lose credibility. But then I realized something. The people I admire most aren't the people who won every battle. They're the people who learned from every battle. They're the people who walked through confusion and came back with wisdom. They're the people who turned their wounds into maps because consciousness isn't taught from perfection, it's taught from awareness. Now, self awareness isn't earned by never struggling, it's earned by observing yourself while you struggle. The lesson wasn't, can you master the job? The lesson was, can you master yourself while doing the job? Can you remain compassionate when frustrated? Can you remain teachable when humbled? And can you remain disciplined when uninspired? And can you remain authentic when misunderstood? But most often, can you remain faithful when evidence is scarce? Those are the real tests. Those are the hidden levels. And here's what I've learned about timelines. People talk about stepping into a new timeline as if it's a doorway. It's not, it's a release. A timeline changes the moment you stop requiring your past to approve your future. I'm going to say that again. A timeline changes the moment you stop requiring your past to approve your future. You don't need a perfect score. You don't need unanimous support. You don't even need everyone to understand your vision. And you definitely don't need proof that you succeeded in every arena. You only need the courage to answer the call because there will always be someone who thinks you're a joke. There will always be someone who doubts you. And there will always be someone who only knows the older version of you. Let them. They are reading an old chapter while you're writing a new one. The question isn't whether they believe in your future. The question is whether you do. And if you're in this whole season right now where like one part of your life feels heavy and another part feels like destiny is calling your name, remember this. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not disqualified. You are being forged. You are learning things about yourself that success could never teach you. You are discovering your relationship with doubt, discipline, patience, consistency, humility, and faith. And one day you'll look back and you'll realize that what felt like your worst timeline was actually the bridge to your best one. Not because everything worked out perfectly, but because you finally stopped trying to conquer the world long enough to conquer yourself. And once you conquer yourself, every timeline becomes available to you. Come on now, you got this.